What is geoengineering? The truth is there are many different types, such as cloud seeding, as well as ways to administer these experiments conducted on the biosphere, such as the HARP program. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, geoengineering is the quote, large-scale manipulation of a specific process central to controlling Earth's climate for the purpose of obtaining a specific benefit, end quote. Wikipedia rebrands geoengineering as stratospheric aerosol injection and defines its implementation as, quote, for use in solar radiation management climate engineering projects to limit the effect and impact of climate change due to rising levels of greenhouse gases, end quote. Then it goes on to only list a few chemicals used in this mixture, such as sulfuric acid, hydrogen sulfide, and sulfur dioxide. What these articles fail to mention is the numerous other compounds within this concoction. Aluminum oxide, barium salts, radioactive isotopes, and many other harmful compounds are also found within this mixture. Many people wonder, how do they get away with these horrendous projects without approval from the general public? Well, first off, our government legalized the use of biological agents for research purposes in 1997. Don't believe me? Check this out. This document is straight from the government's publishing office. U.S. Code Title 50, Chapter 32, and let's take a look at Section 1520A and B. Restrictions on use of human subjects for testing of chemical or biological agents. Part A. Prohibited activities. 1. Any test or experiment involving the use of a chemical agent or biological agent on a civilian population. Or 2. Any other testing of a chemical agent or biological agent on human subjects. Now I want you guys to pay close attention to Part B, the exceptions. Subject to subsections C, D, and E of this section, the prohibition in subsection A of this section does not apply to a test or experiment carried out for any of the following purposes. 1. Any peaceful purpose that is related to a medical, therapeutic, pharmaceutical, agricultural, industrial, or, pay attention to this, research activity. Now, you can claim research activity for almost anything, so obviously this law can be taken advantage of. I have a theory. The top 5 U.S. refiners of jet fuel production are ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP, Valero, and Marathon Petroleum Group. So obviously there is a monopoly here. If I was part of the corrupt faction of this government, I would make a trip to these companies and offer a tax break or some other sort of financial compensation in order to implement this classified concoction of chemicals into the jet fuel production line for either the greater good of mankind or a, quote, safe experiment, unquote. Now let me clear up a common misconception when it comes to the differences between contrails and chemtrails. A contrail is naturally occurring when the hot exhaust gases of an airplane engine combine with colder, high-altitude air. These contrails evaporate quickly and do not typically spread out and linger. A chemtrail, however, is more dense, leaves a much larger vapor footprint, and lingers in the sky for sometimes hours at a time. I hope this video motivated you to do your own research on the subject and speak out against this atrocity. Thank you for listening, and God bless.